Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Taisho Alice, and we're hopefully gonna get our ending in this part. I don't know. We'll see. But Bird is angry. Also, my voice is still fucked, so have fun with that. Anyway, the mirror that connects the real world is just up ahead. Hey, stop it. Oh, okay. Man, this takes me back. Huh? Walking hand in hand reminds me of old times. Though I was the one leading you back then. You remember me? I've never forgotten you. But you said... I've been lying to you for a long time. When we reunited, I knew who you were right away. Oh my god, stop it! Nobody cares. You be quiet. I knew who you were right away. Okay, I think we were... You were older, but you still had the gemstone eyes and soft, fluffy hair I loved. I just couldn't bring myself to admit that I remembered you. Because I wasn't the same little boy I was back then. Time passed and we both changed. You turned into a great girl and I turned into a bitter pessimist with multiple personalities. I just don't deserve you. That's not true. You're a great guy, Alistair. Thanks. But the fact remains I'm not the same boy anymore. When we reunited, I was scared that you'd compared me to him. I can picture how disappointed you'd be when you saw how different I was, and I was scared you'd change your mind about me. To be clear, I know deep down that you're not that kind of person. But I'm weak, Arisu. So weak I invented new personalities to deal with my problems for me. That's why I couldn't be honest with you. But then you took me by the hand and led me around. You treated me like Alistair, not Alice. And here you are, coming to save me all over again. Thank you, Arisu. When you wake up, I hope you'll say all this to the real me. Huh? The you you're referring to isn't me. This isn't real life, it's just a dream. I'm only the Spacey Arisu from your memories, not the real thing. That said, I know how she feels, and everything you said just now will mean the world to her. When I go back to the real world, what'll happen to you? I don't know. If I had to guess, I'll probably stay here in your head. But don't worry, I promise I won't jump through the looking glass to mess with you in real life. I'll just watch over you from in here. I'll follow along with your story like the devoted reader I am. Reader? Well, you have to go back to reality and live out the life of yours. Lots of things will happen, both good and bad. But knowing you, you can overcome any obstacle. So I'll watch how the story unfolds, right here in your head. All by yourself? Yeah. Wouldn't you be scared all alone in the dark? Nope. You're lying. No, I'm not. Arisu, you're a strong girl. You're cheerful, optimistic, and brave. Just like a storybook princess. Could you seriously tell your bird to shut the fuck up? No, I love you, but tell your bird to shut the fuck up, because he's being a dickhole. And I kind of don't want to listen to him. Because he knows how to chirp nice, but he doesn't want to. He wants to be an asshole. And then it's like, oh, are you talking to me? I'm not talking to you. No, I'm not talking to you because you're a jerk. I'm talking to this one because he's not a jerk. But it's like, I'm still talking, but then he's screaming because I'm not like, my head isn't facing him. Like, I'm just gonna put his cage in front of the fucking fireplace. I don't use it, so it's fine. But I gotta put it over there so he thinks that I'm looking at him. Because it's like, pay attention to me! Then I go over to try to talk to you and you run away. Or you could come over here to the couch and talk to me. You could come over with Neelix and I and sit over here. It's not all about you. You gotta learn to just come over here, jerk face. When he flies to the cage, to the couch, and I'm like, hi, and he screams and flies away. It's like, what the fuck do you want from me, asshole? Bird's such a dick. Anyway, but you don't have to tough it out anymore. It's okay to admit when you need someone. Do you need someone? I can't admit that. I'm just a dream character. I'm one of your multiple personalities. The only reason I exist is to make you wake up. Then you'll go back to the real world and I'll watch as you and the real me... What the... Why am I crying? I'm sorry. Alistair, I don't want you to go. I only just met you, Alistair. I don't want us to be apart. I'm gonna end up all alone again. Don't cry, Arisu. Alistair? Don't worry, you won't be alone. I'm gonna leave someone behind with you. Alice? Alistair? Hi, Alice. Long time no see. Alice? How? This makes more sense because I'm like, we have to choose. Who are we looking for? We're looking for Alice. We were looking for Alistair. Right? We are the version in his head. We're looking for Alice. So he's going to leave Alice behind with us. So now I think if we choose Alistair, he stays behind and then Alice goes to the real world. You know what I mean? Maybe. Because I was like, all of a sudden he's like Alistair and I'm like, but we chose Alice. So shouldn't Alice be the one that goes back? But it makes sense because we are not choosing, we are looking for Alice, but we're not actually choosing that for the Spacey in the real world. We're kind of choosing Alice for ourselves because that's who we've been searching for the whole time. You know what I mean? So that makes sense why this is the better ending, because Alice will stay with us, so I'm going to bet that changes that. Anyway. Adisu, this is my final gift to you. Why, Alistair? I exist, and that would mean you acknowledge my existence. Yep, I acknowledge you, Alice, as an individual in your own right. Are you insane? If you do that, you lose all the memories from when I was in control. Put me back now. I can't do that. Then Arisu will be here all alone. Arisu? Alice, I always envied you. You're a self-assured smartass who always speaks his mind. The polar opposite of me. And I always wished I was you. So when I first met Arisu and saw she was crying, I started acting like you instead. I wanted her to think I was cool. I wanted her to see me as my ideal self. I was such a child. Then she called me her prince. But she wasn't thinking about the real me. That's not true. I am you. We're both Alistair. We were just children playing pretend. You've always known that. Then maybe we should ask her. Arisu, you were in love with Alice, weren't you? Not Alistair? It's true. Arisu! It's okay, Alice. I always wondered which of us she truly loved. But now I finally understand. Back then she was in love with Alice, not Alistair. I was always so terrified to admit that. And why did you literally just admit it? Because I don't want to leave her all alone. That's your only reason? It is, and to me it's a very good reason. But you'll lose your memories. You didn't spend much time in control, so I can live without them. But those were your most cherished memories of all. That's true. But that's okay. I have other special memories too. Alice, I'm glad I had one last chance to talk to you. And the story never would have started if you hadn't led Arisu by the hand. And all stories come with a happy ending. Okay, so Alice... Okay, so I'm still confused, though. It happened in the wizard's route, right? Where we first... When we were in that route, first bring up that, like... Oh, hi, we put out, right? It wasn't Alistair. But, like... Was it supposed to be the wizard? Because then that's really weird, because then... The real Spacey had sex with the wizard, not with Alistair. But you were supposed to infer from this that, like, the Spacey in his head, us, that we've always been, you know, is been in love with Alice the whole time. Okay. That's why we're going to get Alice. Okay, that's his ending. You know what I mean? I guess there were different versions of us that were in love with the other characters, but this version of us right now has been in love with Alice. That's why we chose Alice. Alistair's going to go back to Spacey in the real world, and we get to keep Alice. Okay, great. And then when we switch it around, like, whatever. But, so, okay, this is, like, the best ending. Spacey inside Alistair's head, which is us, right now, this one, gets to keep Alice. That's a happy ending. But it still doesn't really answer that if real-world Spacey is in love with Alistair, who the hell did she sleep with? Because he's like, oh my god, we had sex. Who'd you have sex with? It makes it seem like... Because that kind of gets brought up in the wizard route. So it makes it seem like she had sex with the wizard. But if she had sex with the wizard or with Alice, she's not really in love with Alistair, is it? Is she? Because she put out for someone who's not Alistair, but yet she claims to love Alistair. So she would only want to be sleeping with him. Especially, I mean, like, maybe you're like, I love all your personalities, but, like, Alistair's the person you really love. He's the main personality. So you'd think if you were going to sleep with any of his personalities, it'd be Alistair. And then you're like, oh, by the way, I'm probably going to have sex with you with all your personalities. And I'm like, okay, that's something you talk about, but just makes Spacey in the real world seem like kind of a douche. Like, you claim you're in love with Alistair, but why are you fucking one of his other personalities? Not that, again, you can't talk and be like, so I'm in love with you, and I know you have lots of personalities, and like that's okay, and I love them all too. But if you loved the main personality would be like, but if they all went away, I'd still love you because you were the person that I love. I'm just accepting your other personalities and caring about them too. Your first time with his body wouldn't be while somebody else was in charge. So like, the fuck is that all about? I'm just saying. I don't know, for me, that's a thing that I'm like, ooh, I don't feel comfortable with that, because it made it seem like she slept with the wizard in his route, and then you're like, but she's in love with Alistair? Like, was he, or maybe he was faking it. Because the wizard, well, I mean, I guess that's true, so then are we supposed to think that she had sex with Alistair thinking it was Alistair, but it was the wizard because he has all of the memories, and he's really good at being Alistair? You know what I mean? Because he is Alistair. Like, he was basically the personality that was supposed to be all of them put together, that was supposed to be the cohesive one that you could take over, and then Alistair would go to sleep, and then you'll be the new Alistair. So he would be able to fake being Alistair better than anyone, so then that makes the wizard seem a little shady that he conned her. He was like, yeah, no, I'm totally Alistair. Whoa, sleeping with someone under false pretenses, that's a little inappropriate. But they also made it seem like she always knew, even when, like, Alistair was pretending to be Cinderella or whatever. Like, oh, I know it's you. You can't fool me. Even in the Wizard's Rush, she was like, you can't fool me. But then when he was pretending to be Alistair, he could. That's, like, a huge, like, could we... I need an answer for that. It's weird. Like, anyway. And all stories come with a happy ending. Yeah, well... Oh, cool. The world changed? How? Look, a rainbow. I can't be me. A rainbow? It's so beautiful. Yeah, it really is. This is cute. Alistair, this is a metaphor for how you're feeling right now, isn't it? I guess so. But I gotta go now. If I don't wake up soon, my princess is gonna cry. You fool! You made her cry dozens of times already. Yeah, I bet. Despite how strong she seems, she's actually a big crybaby. I hope I can be her prince. You are. You saved not just her, but all of us too. Whoa, 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 whoa. I saved all of you. Don't give him credit. He just tagged along for the ride. He was just laying there in a bed being a comatose asshole. I did the legwork. What a jackass giving a man credit for my work. A good point. Slap them both. Going to the wizard. Thank you, thank you, Alistair. I'm glad we met. I'm glad we met too. Thanks, Alice. It's making peace with all of his personalities. Sometimes the personalities in your head are assholes, though, so like... I mean, again, I really do like the way this game was done. Like, it's brilliant, and it's... the way it's written, the sassy lines, the characters, I love everything. This ending doesn't make, oh my god, because it's like, well, because it's very much, this is how it has to be. All the other routes were just characters, which is brilliant. But, you know, when you finish a game and you're like, this route was my favorite, and you can pretend that that's canon for you, because, you know what I mean? Like, they might, each route might be little bits of an overarching story, but this is pretty much like, no, none of that fucking shit's real. Only Alistair, that's it. And it's like, yeah, I don't like how closed-ended that is, forcing me in a corner, because, like, no offense, like, Alice isn't my favorite character. I enjoy him as a side character and just being there and all the things where you're like, wow, what a pain in the ass, he's funny. But Alistair's kind of pathetic. Like, I mean, I understand he's been through some trauma and shit like that, but he's always just like, well, now he's fixed, but like, he's always just whining about shit. And it's like, yeah, I don't know. He's not a character that I'm like, yes, I love him. It's like, yeah, no, I don't want to be with you though. Like, I appreciate the story as a whole, but I kind of want my Atome games when I'm done with them to be like, yes, this is my route. That's the one I'm going to go live in. And this one I'm like, It's all fake though, so like it's just it takes away something from it. I'm not saying I don't like the game. I absolutely love this though. I really do. I think it was done brilliantly. I'm just not a huge fan of Alistair, is what I'm saying. Just like, oh, okay, I guess. Like, you know what I mean? Anyway. Where am I? Cinderella? Spacey! Oof! What's wrong? Why the sudden hug?
It's really you, right, Spacey? You're not just a dream.
A dream? Well, what if I am? Will you stop loving me? Okay, now we're getting our happy endings with all of our boyfriends. Okay, maybe I like this a little bit better. What?
Sorry. Man, I'm so tense. After everything we went through and the vow I made on that glass slipper, how can I fail to realize something this important? Spacey.
Look, we get CGs with all our boyfriends again. This is so cute.
My dream is for you and me to be together. Now I'm here and you're here, so my dream's already come true.
Darn right.
I want to marry you ASAP. We'll stay in the newlywed phase forever. On our days off, we'll go on dates, and we'll celebrate our anniversary every year.
That's the same stuff you said when we had our second kiss.
Sure is. I'm impressed you remember.
Of course I do. It's one of my favorite memories, silly.
Right. And it's one of mine, too.
What you doing, Burbs? All of them. Go through all of them. Oh, there you are. What a relief. Here you go. I brought it from the flower shop just now. A carnation. This is cute because this is more like them. It's like us, but also them going back to where they're supposed to be in their little worlds. And they're like, oh, thank God you're here. You're really you, right? Like, you know what I mean? Is it really you? Of course it's me, silly. Yeah, it's exactly. Like, I like the fact that the way they did in Cinderella's is we're like, wait, what? And then all of a sudden he attacks us, but this is them going back and then him being there and like, are you you or are you the other you? What other me? What? Nothing? Because they kind of remember the other me coming through and dragging them out. You know what I mean? What's wrong? Hello? Spacey? Yes? What is it? Can I touch you? Oh, hi. Touch me where? On your body. My body? Yes. Okay. If that's what you want, then of course you can touch me as much as you like. Because you're my boyfriend. I'm glad to hear that. Now then, allow me to exercise my rights. Wait, right now? I'm not ready! Pet, 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 pet. No, not like that. I'm gonna... Wait, what? Oh, it's so cute. I love it. I love these NCGs. I really do. They're adorable. Huh. You're so nice and soft. I've always wanted to touch you here. I always imagined to be soft and smooth with a firm weight to it. And it turns out, yes, your hair is exactly like that. Yeah. Is that a good thing? I feel like it would have been fucking hilarious if you... Not like that, I'm gonna... And then, wait, what? And then, you're so nice and soft, and you read this? And then they showed the CG, because you'd be like, I've always wanted to touch you here? Soft and smooth with a firm weight? But you already know he's talking about her hair, because the way he's got her hair wrapped around his arms. But it's like, I just feel like it would have sounded way more inappropriate if the CG didn't pop up then. You would have been like, the fuck is happening? It's not as bad as I'm thinking, but your gutter mind would have been like, but like, what? Yes. Wait. I'm so sorry. I went too far. Not really. Honestly, the fact that you touched me of your own volition is a big step. He's so adorable. So, Red? Yes? You know my hair's not the only soft, pillowy thing you're allowed to touch, right? What else is there? Marshmallows? Spacey? I think she's like, I think he's looking at his look on his face at the end. Oh my god. These are the scenes we'll have to come back to and like listen with the voice acting so we can have just those individual ones. Puppet? Whoa! You scared me. What's wrong, Kaguya? Say, Puppet, could you take those clothes off? What? What the? Hey! He's checking our tummy. This scar here. Do you reckon you'll have it all your life? Well. Oh my god! Oh, hi! Oh my! This one's almost wildly inappropriate. I know it's our stomach, but Kaguya, Jesus. Kiss. He's like in between our I know he's kissing her stomach, but it just looks Kaguya, Jesus. Ah! Sorry. Did that hurt? No, it's just very tickly. This one's wildly inappropriate. I love Kaguya, but damn. Kaguya. Oh, I see. Well, that's alright then, isn't it? Kiss. Yeah! Kaguya, this is getting really embarrassing. Is it? I'm quite happy myself. Spacey, even if there was a flawless version of you, even if she was the real Spacey, I'd still choose you. That's why he looks at our tummy to make sure that our scar's there. Huh? Sorry. That must have sounded like a load of nonsense, yeah? Sure does to me. So you're saying my scar doesn't bother you? But don't you think the flawless version of me would be even better? It'd be a bit strange if you had no flaws at all, isn't it? To me, you're even more beautiful the way you are now, and that's exactly what men should be like. Not like, well, I mean, you got a scar, you're imperfect, and that's gross. Yeah, you're gross. You should love someone for their flaws. Not unless their flaw is being a raging asshole, but you know what I mean? Little scars and imperfections on their physical body, that's normal. Everybody has those. You should love people for those. Spacey, I gave you this scar, and I'm going to atone for it for the rest of our lives together. I don't know why I don't remember that. I'm assuming it's Gretel, yeah. Whoa. Guess who? Sister. Almost. Try again. Spacey. Bingo. He looks so mad at us. What's wrong, Gretel? Could you please hit me as hard as you can? Since when did the sadist turn into a masochist? What's wrong, Gretel? You're not acting like yourself. Relax. I just can't seem to think straight, so I was hoping you could wake me up with a good punch. That's exactly what a masochist would say. Fine, I'm a masochist. Only a masochist would pretend to be your little brother all this time. Yes, I sat there and never laid a finger on my scrumptious sister. Enduring that torture would turn anyone into a masochist. He admits it. Well, don't worry. I love you anyway. Now, could you hold still real quick? Huh? Are you really gonna hit me? Just close your eyes. Are you gonna kiss him? Okay. Now stay still. There. You can open your eyes now. It's the ribbon you wanted. It's so funny because all of the other ones, we're in the scene, but with Gretel, we're not. Remember when I asked you if you wanted anything, and you said you wanted a ribbon? As a symbol of our connection. With this, our connection will never be severed. Sister. What is it, Gretel? What's wrong? Why are you crying? You don't like it? Of course I like it. And these are happy tears. I'm so glad you chose to stay by my side. Aw, Gretel. Oh, there we go. Spacey. I pray from the bottom of my heart that this happiness never ends. And in order to make that wish come true, I'm gonna work hard to protect what I treasure most. It's funny because most of this episode is going to be this, and then we still have to deal with Alistair and shit. Holy fuck. Longest ending ever, but I'm back. Oh, it smells good. His voice sounds too much like Reynolds right now, but... Oh, welcome home, Snow White. Spacey. Welcome home, Snow White. I can't do his mother's voice. Mother. Where on earth have you been? When I got home, Marisu was the only one here. I'm sorry. No need to apologize. I debated whether to go looking for you, but Arisu said you'd be fine. You're a big boy after all. I cannot do the mother's voice. She needs to stop talking. Anyway, look. While you were gone, Arisu and I made a whole bunch of treats. Not just the usual apple pie and hot fruit punch, but baked apples and crepes, too. Maybe you could brew us all a nice cup of tea. Oh, that sounds good. Doesn't it? Oh, someone's here. Come on in. Pardon the intrusion. Ryoshi! Welcome, Ryoshi. Thank you for inviting me over today. Hey there, Snow White. What are you doing here? Oh my, isn't this a good friend of yours? I brought a lot of apples today, so I thought it'd be fun to have a tea party. Well, it's funny because Wolf didn't show up in Red Riding Hood's, ending, you know what I mean? He's not the only one I invited either. I can't wait for the others to arrive. Snow White? What's wrong? Spacey. Don't be shy, Ryoshi. Come on in. Yes, ma'am. The two of us will go get everything set up. Okay, thanks. Look after Snow White for me. Will do. There we go. Aw. It's so glowy. What's wrong? Did something bad happen? I'm sorry, but I can't keep that promise we made. Huh? I choose you. You choose me? I met a different version of you. She had the same face, voice, and personality, but she was nothing like you. No surprise there, since she didn't have any memory of our time together. After I met her, I realized the one I truly love is you. I promised you I'd stay by your side and love you, even after I woke up. And if I did wake up, I'm sure I would fall for that version of you too, even if I wasn't her favorite. But she wouldn't be my favorite either. I doubt I could ever forget you, even after the dream came to an end. And I'd probably end up comparing the two of you. She's great and all, but the version of you I love most is the one who healed me. My preference is you. Does that mean you're cutting ties with reality? I guess I am. But you wanted to wake up so bad. You've been wanting to see Ryoshi and the real me. Yeah, but that's okay. Alistair did offer to let me use his body, but now that I know the truth, I have no intention of barging in and causing problems. We're all going to keep living in his head, but we aren't going to take up space the way we did before. We'll serve as his dreams. And this is something we all decided as a group. We talked it out and we all agreed. I'm happy here, Spacey, because you're here with me. I'm kind of curious about the wizard. So, will you stay with me? Of course. All right then, let's go see the others. I better put the kettle on. I love the endings to the original routes. Oh, look at our beautiful wizard. Are you sure this is what you want? What do you mean? This resolution. I have no complaints. It's the happy ending we all agreed on. Isn't the democratic process a beautiful thing? Well, I can't accept it. Maybe they all agonized over it, but you're different. I thought about it just as carefully as they did. But you're in love with the real Spacey Urisu back in reality. You didn't choose a looking glass, Spacey. You're too nice, Mr. Wizard. How many times are you going to sacrifice your own happiness for hers? I don't see why you should cry over it. Of course I'm going to cry. The man I love is suffering. All this time I told myself I would die for her. She was the first to acknowledge me as a person. Maybe it's pathetic, but that tiny gesture healed me. And that's why I fell for her. Even though I knew someone else already healed her. But I didn't need to be her first. I just wanted to be her last. I just wanted to earn some small place in her heart. So I convinced myself I would gladly die to ensure her happiness. But Alistair felt differently. To ensure her happiness, he accepted us and let us keep his memories. I always assumed humans could only have one body, one soul, one personality, but his outlook was the complete opposite. Then it hit me. His proposal was what she truly wanted. So in the end, I still couldn't heal her. I couldn't be her first or her last. Mr. Wizard. And it actually doesn't hurt as bad as I thought. I suppose it helped knowing she would come to kill me after all was said and done. Or perhaps because you were there. Huh? It's nothing. So where do we go from here? Now that Alistair's awake, I'm out of a job. I have nothing left to do. You're not going to kill me? Why would I? If you decided to get over her, then you don't need me around to help you. I sincerely wanted the two of you to get together, you know? Because I wanted you to be happy. You truly are a fool. Your death would bring me no happiness. Besides, if you die, who will play chess with me? We still haven't settled the score, you know. Good point. I'm gonna beat you, and then I'm gonna make you grant my wish. Right. I look forward to it. He doesn't want to meet. He's like, because you're here, huh? Nothing. I can't admit that I kind of actually like you a little. Sue? Hey, Sue. We're opening our eyes in the real world. Eddie Sue? Huh? There he is. Good morning, Eddie Sue. Are we at the hospital? What am I doing here? I remember taking those pills at the lake. Alistair, is that you? Yeah, it's me, Alistair. Why are you crying? Because you were crying when we first met, too. You remember? Yep, I sure do. A year and a half ago, you pounced on me the second I opened the door. I was having this really weird dream. I was in a world of darkness. It was so dark I couldn't even see myself, and the whole place was empty. No matter how far I walked, I couldn't find a single exit. So the whole time I was terrified the darkness would consume me and I'd stop being myself. But then you showed up right there in the darkness. You took me by the hand and dragged me all over the place. The next thing I knew, you were standing in front of a giant crystal mirror, and we passed through it together. Then the next instant, we were in a topsy-turvy dreamscape. It was called the Looking Glass World, and at first glance it looked the same as ours, but not quite. And it had all these mirror versions of fairy tale characters living there. Sounds like a fucking amazing dream. The fairy tale protagonists were all unique with sad backstories. Seeing them made my chest ache. They all needed help, but they were chained down by their pasts and they were suffering. And then one day a princess appeared. She was sweet and cute like a fairy tale princess, but she was smart and brave and curious too. After she got to know them, she used all sorts of methods to solve their problems. This is a very intense dream, and I'm surprised you remember it, because usually you're like, there was this place, and I can kind of see it in my head, but I can't describe it, because like my brain and words don't want to work. And then it disappears really fast, but he's got this down. She sounds like a knight in shining armor. Yeah, she must have been pretty determined. And so the princess saved her prince. Together, the prince and princess of the Looking Glass World lived happily ever after. The end, but it's not. It's gonna keep going. Like a happy ending in a fairy tale. And after one story ended, another began. Every time I finished a story, it filled me with pure joy.
Icicle party.
And then once all 7 stories had reached their happy endings, a rainbow began to shine down into the world of darkness. So yeah, it was a weird dream, but it was really nice too. In fact, I wished I could stay there forever. Then why did you try to wake up? I knew the second I opened my eyes I'd find myself back in boring reality. But I had to open them, because I knew you were waiting for me on the other side, Spacey. And I want to find a happy ending with you like everybody else did. Because I love you. Oh, Alistair! Whoa! Me too. I love you so much, Alistair. I mean, it's not like a bad ending or anything. It's just like, Alistair's not my favorite. But like, I like the other endings, knowing that we're still happy in his head. Looks like he managed to wake up after all. Yep. What an idiot. Only a total moron would let his other personalities keep his memories. No matter how painful those memories may be, fact remains that they belong to him. And no matter how independent we look, we're all just Alistair. As long as we exist, those lost memories won't return to him. If only he'd asked, we would have gladly chosen to disappear. One body, one personality. That's the way humans are meant to be. He should have regained his memories and got back to his life with you. He would have been happier that way. Happiness is subjective. He's allowed to make his own decisions. You don't get the wrong idea. We don't give a crap about Alistair. What we want is for Spacey Arisu to be happy. Because we all love her. And we're all willing to sacrifice ourselves for our beloved. Kind of like she was willing to do all that. You know, just like... And then Alistair had to go and acknowledge us as individuals so we keep existing. No, nothing will change. We'll still be here living in his head. And he won't regain his memories either. It invalidates the whole point of him recklessly invading the Looking Glass world to begin with. You may think nothing will change, but I wouldn't be so sure about that. If Alistair hadn't endangered himself in order to come here, none of this would have happened. The others wouldn't have healed. Trust me, I can tell. We healed them. Spacey Arisu really wanted to heal them. She loved them. Never the goddamn thirsty nympho slut I see. What kind of greedy trollop angles for a harem ending? Hey! This one right here. Feel called out by this bastard. Okay. At least call it polyamory, a polyamory ending. Same difference. Thirsty-ass nympho slut harem ending. Polyamory. No, it's thirsty-ass nympho slut harem. The other personalities are one thing. They've all gone through a lot. But I'm different. I was the other Alistair. It was just a game of pretend. On the other side of the mirror was a world where everything was backwards. So his young, childish mind invented a character to be his polar opposite, and that was me. Unlike the other personalities, I thought of myself as Alistair. Then on that summer night when I first met Spacey Arisu, he pretended to be me. From that point on, I was Alistair. It wasn't until I arrived in the Looking Glass world that I became Alice with a will of my own. Then Alistair's consciousness was consumed by the darkness of the unconscious, and he went to sleep. In exchange, I appeared. And then you helped me over and over and over. Only because I remembered you so clearly. Your gemstone eyes, your soft fluffy hair, your sunny smile. All of it. That's why I thought I needed to disappear. Otherwise, he'd never be able to remember the first night he met her. Pretty sure it was his most treasured memory. So why the hell would he throw it away like that? If he hadn't, you wouldn't be able to keep living in his head. I was supposed to disappear. But he didn't want that. Guess that proves that he and I are two separate people. Alistair must have had tremendous faith. He was confident he could fall in love with her all over again even without those precious memories. Besides, fairy tales always gotta have the love at first sight trope. Not to mention a happy ending. Yep, that too. That's why he gifted us with his precious treasures. Some are painful, some are tragic, but some are exciting and fun and heartwarming. And Spacey Arisu gave her love in the form of happy stories. That's right. Now that all the stories have reached their happy endings, a rainbow shone down into the darkness. Hey, Alice? What is it? Are you sure I'm enough for you? What? I'm Spacey, but I'm not the real Spacey. I'm a dream in Alistair's head and one of his multiple personalities. Oh, that's what you mean? Isn't it a little late? Besides, your true love is the younger Spacey from your past, right? But now I'm all grown up. Well, you're certainly bigger in more ways than one. Don't worry, you'll get taller someday. Can you quit pointing out my least favorite attributes? You're ruining the touching moment. He's like, you're bigger. He's talking about her boobs, but... I admit, the Spacey I am was the one I met all those years ago. What was that? Sorry, I couldn't hear you. You definitely heard me. Whatever, I'm not saying it now. Come on, say it, please. Okay, but just this once. Now grovel in gratitude, peasant. I love your gemstone eyes and soft, fluffy hair. It's what makes you, you. Thanks. Sometimes it doesn't click, and sometimes it click, and then it waits for the line to start. It's weird. Huh. Perfect. This looks like a movie, so this might be end credits. So now what? I don't know who's talking. Want to chase each other around the looking glass world again? I already caught you, so now it's your turn to chase me. This goes too fast. I don't like that. I'm not going to waste my energy chasing you. Okay, then. Better yet, why don't we cross the rainbow? I don't know who's talking to who. Cross it? Yeah, that's right. Remember what I said? I'll make a rainbow bridge over the ocean and come see you. Oh, okay. Sorry, I had to read it fast. Since this looking glass world, it should be a cinch. Since this is the looking glass world, it should be a cinch. Okay, let's go. I want to see what it's like. Well, then give me your hand. So we can hold hands? Yes, of course. Why else? What's the matter? You're going to scare people if you walk around looking at them like that. I've never seen you be so sincere before. Yeah, normally sincerity is your department. Sincerity verging on stupidity and impudence. It went by so fast. The fact that you've gone this long without insulting me makes me question if it's still you in there. For that matter, is it really that rare for me to take your hand? Good point. You've guided me along an awful lot. Yeah, because I'm your prince. Okay, so that's him. Arisu, I promise I won't let go. Now let's get going. Okay. Ooh. Sorry. Okay, that's the end thing. I'm like, we can't have the song. I feel like because I do want to go through and I want to watch those end scenes with each individual character, with the voice acting on at the end. So since it is kind of long doing that, we'll watch that with the voice acting on, and we should be able to hear what they're saying. So, because I don't know who was who, because it was just lines coming up, and you're supposed to read it. So, whatever. Anyway, and so the prince and princess lived happily ever after. The end. It's cute. All right, well, we have to do all of our other endings, and then so we've got at least another part, maybe two. It really depends, because I want to. Wow, 7-colored rainbow, 7-colored rainbow. I'm sure we got more achievements than that. Yep, there we go. Aww. Alice, like all the things. We're missing 2 probably from the other endings. Okay, so let's just go through all of them. Oh my god, they wouldn't click. That one is so cute. Look at his little face. Baby Alice is cute. So I think we'll get the same ending with all the other characters, like, but then maybe the ending where we're talking to Alice. It would be us talking to Alistair, maybe, if we say that. I don't know, so we'll have to see. I'm curious as to how that changes. But there's that ending, and then there's, like, I think a bad ending, or maybe multiple bad endings, I'm not sure. I don't have the guide up, because I knew we didn't have any choices to make there. You know what I mean? We have so much fucking hair. Like, I'm so pissed. This one's cute. don't get me wrong, I don't dislike Alice, but I do like some of the other characters better. And I'm just not... I mean, I think I like this because, like, okay, Alistair wakes up and then he deals with Spacey, but that's not the ending. The ending is actually her being there with Alice. It really is Alice's ending, because I was like, I know we're all characters in Alistair's head, but we spent that whole entire time being characters in Alistair's head, and then we kind of see a little bit of Alistair, and then it's like, oh, he's going to wake up, and then real world Spacey, but we've never been real world Spacey. So it seemed weird, but it's kind of like, oh, he woke up and he's with her, but this version of Spacey is with Alice in the Looking Glass world, and that makes me feel better about it. You know what I mean? Instead of like, okay, so I gotta be with Alistair because he's kind of bland. Like, no offense. Like, Alice is a sarcastic, snarky asshole, and, you know, we kind of can enjoy that. She's like, this is the awkward kiss scene. It's funny, she says, don't worry, he'll get taller, but he is actually taller than us. He's leaning down over her right now. He just glares at us like, what? What are you doing? I'm just saying, you're not that short. That's cute. Aww. It's funny just looking at them, you can tell who's who. Like, well, aside from, because Alice always has a pissed off face. Cute. Look, this is almost like a harem ending right here. Wait, can we keep Alistair and Alice? They're like twins, but like not. It's totally the same person, but not the same person. Like, that's some like weird shit right there. Look, even she likes it. And then she's like, oh, wait, maybe not. Yeah! Like, that was them there. Oh, wait. No, they're into it. Oh, I love this. Aww. Cute. And look how adorable our Cinderella is. Okay. Fucking Red Riding. Yeah, he definitely looks way more blonde. It's like when his hood's up, his hair always looks darker. That look on his face, that innocent look, like what? Marshmallows? She's like, yeah. Man, you can pet my boobs. This is so wildly inappropriate. Kaguya. Wildly inappropriate. I'm just saying. I'm not complaining, but wow. He's like, ha ha ha, I'm gonna keep going. Like, the CG wasn't exactly changing there. This is actually a very pretty one of Gretel. I do like it. Like, the weird thing is like, his hair isn't moving, but it almost looks like if this, like, you could see his hair just rustling a little in the wind. You know what I mean? Like, if it were in an anime, you would just see it rustling in the leaves. You would see rustling in the way the light shines in, like, good lord. It's cute. Oh. And the Snow White one is so ethereal the way it's glowing. Oh, you can see the rainbow in the background. I mean, I saw it in Cinderella's and... Oh, in Kaguya's you could probably see it outside the window. Hold on a second. You can't see it in his. I was gonna say, could you see it in everybody's? But you can't. Oh, there it is. Okay, there it is. There it is. And then, in Kaguya's, I think it's right there outside the window. And yeah, okay. I was like, you should be able to see the rainbow in all of them. Except for the wizards, because it's weird. The wizard just lives in this dark place. Poor wizard. I like that our dress is different, though. But, like, where's his rainbow? Wizard doesn't get a rainbow. It's okay. Poor wizard. We love you so much, Mr. Wizard. Look, that's the look on his face. He's like, no, but I love you, but I'm not going to tell you. I would never admit it. He really doesn't. Where's the rainbow? I'm just sad. All of them got a rainbow except for the wizard. He gets the short end of the stick all the fucking time, doesn't he? And then there we go. Like, cool, Alistair and the real world Spacey. You guys can keep each other. Because, like, and we'll stay in the Looking Glass world and just, like, be tons of different versions of us and get our harem ending, kind of. Like, that is cute. Oh, that's it. And then, of course, you have this one. But this one's cute. She's putting the ribbon in his hair, and he's like, whatever. Anyway, so we're going to end there. So, yeah, that was our bestest ending. I did like it a lot better than I thought I was. Like, because like I said, like, oh, we get to go and we're going to be, I don't know why I was just expecting, like, oh, we'll be real world Spacey and Alistair will wake up and then that's the happy ending. And it's like, I don't like that. Like, we chose Alice. I don't understand. But yeah, I mean, it makes sense. We chose Alice because we were in Alistair's head, Spacey, and that's the way it should have been, the way it was. Like, here's all the happy endings with all the characters. They have their version of you. You're all existing in there, and then Alistair's out in the real world with real world Spacey, but like, fuck them. Nobody cares about them. Like, this is what we care about. You know? But yeah, we do have another ending, I guess the average ending or whatever, because this is the best ending. You choose Alice. There is one where you choose Alistair, and then there is, like, the bad ending, I guess, where you choose... Because we did that save one in the very beginning, where we do everything wrong. Maybe the wizard kills us. I don't know. But we'll see how long, because with the voice acting on for those last few scenes, it takes about 20 to 30 minutes. So it took a long time to do those. We might skip through the Alistair scene if we have to see it in the hospital or whatnot. And just see, like, the little short ends with all of our boyfriendos. You know what I mean? But... Anyway, yeah, we will at least start our other endings in the next part and see what happens, and then maybe do, like, our voice acting a bit in that one. We'll see. So, anyway, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.